name's Taj Burrow. Burrow is B-U-R-R-O-W, no S. I was born in a town called Bustleton, which is in Western Australia. Okay, well, I was riding conventional PU surfboards. I used to ride for Greg Webber, who pumped me out some amazing boards, and never had any complaints except for probably breaking them. You know, I used to break one a week. If I didn't break it, I'd buckle it across the fins, or those things were so light, and they were great, but they were just pretty much disposable. But I never thought I'd change. You know, I loved them. But Nev Hyman approached me on the Gold Coast a couple of years back now, and he just he showed me this new technology that he was working on, and I've always kind of been a bit skeptical on changing, you know, materials and stuff like that. I've always been pretty happy with what I've had, but I just like the sound. It was really inviting to hear about these boards that were, you know, pretty much indestructible, you know, and he'd throw one on the ground and jump up and down on it and show off and how strong they were, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, but do they work? And he made me a couple, and a few of the guys on tour were trying them. He let a few out and about, and people gave them a go. I had a session with Kelly. He was trying them as well, and a couple other guys. And first of all, wasn't that impressed. I didn't feel like they were that good. You know, I felt a bit too flexy, and I'd feel them kind of wig out a little bit sometimes. But definitely interesting, because they were really strong, and they definitely had different, you know, flex characteristics. But obviously that was really early days, and then they started working out how to control the flex a lot better, and they've just from that day to now, it's like night and day. You know, the boards have come a long way, and I'm absolutely loving them. I just you know, took a bit of time to work with Nev and try and improve them, and they just improve rapidly, and then sure enough, it's what I started riding regularly, and then even further down the track, you know, I'm now officially, you know, exclusively riding, you know, Firewire surfboards, and I love them. Just my standard surfboard is just 5'11" at the moment, 5'11", 18 and an eighth, 2 and an eighth, pretty much. Sometimes a little bit over 2 and an eighth, and sometimes a little bit over 18 and an eighth, but roughly that. And 5'11's kind of spot on. It's my perfect size, and you know, I ride it from just 1 to 6 feet, kind of. Yeah, you can. It only takes you a couple of waves to know if the board's going to be a keeper or not, I'd say. So, for example, you know, when I get on these 5 boards that the boys are pumping out for me, I'll just take them down the beach and thrash around on them, and it should probably be able to narrow it down to, you know, hopefully 2. Hopefully all of them are good, but yeah, I'd probably narrow it down to, you know, the 2 best, and then just bounce back and forth between those 2 and pick the one that I'm going to ride in my heat. I haven't broken many Firewires at all. They're almost impossible to break, and I did break one of my favourites that I won at Bells Beach, and that was a bummer. I took it to Tahiti and I broke it there, so it's kind of understandable. Pretty big, powerful waves, and yeah, Nev's great. I get along with him good, and he's a great shaper, and he's been around for a while, definitely banging out some good sticks over the years, and he's done me a couple of really good boards in the past. Actually, I haven't worked that much with him until just recently with Firewire, but now we've got a great little rapport going, and he's pumping out some good sticks. People can design boards suited for Bell's Bowl, and then you can also design one that's more suited to J-Bay. And then Trestles is different again, because, you know, the waves move at a little bit slower speed, and, you know, it's more high performance probably. Even though the other 2 places are, there's just a little bit. There's a lot of difference in the ocean, especially, you know, going from South Africa to California. But for me, I kind of ride the same board at all places, really. The fin placement, if you move it the tiniest amount, either way, it just changes the board like night and day. So it can be any little thing, you know. There's no such thing as getting 2 boards the same. But we're definitely getting close, because I've had a couple that are, you know, copied off my favourite ones, and they're feeling spot on. So it's a good feeling. One thing it feels good to me is if it's balanced really nice, and as well as the volume distribution's kind of like looks nice, like it doesn't stay thick for too long. It kind of just tapers perfectly, you know, both ways. You kind of look at it, and that's one thing I always really notice. I like a good bit of rail there, and then it just goes really nice and thin, you know, towards the nose and tail. But yeah, just always give it a little shake, and you can kind of almost tell that it's going to work by just giving it a little shake under your arm. And this is a keeper.